The missile knows where it is at all times. It knows this because it knows where it isn't. By subtracting where it is from where it isn't, or where it isn't from where it is, whichever is greater, it obtains a difference or deviation. The guidance subsystem uses deviations to generate corrective commands to drive the missile from a position where it is to a position where it isn't, and arriving at a position where it wasn't, it now is. Consequently, the position where it is now the position that it wasn't, and it follows that the position that it was is now the position that it isn't. In the event that the position that it is in is not the position that it wasn't, the system has acquired a variation, the variation being the difference between where the missile is and where it wasn't. If variation is considered to be a significant factor, it too may be corrected by the GEA. However, the missile must also know where it was. The missile guidance computer scenario works as follows. Because a variation has modified some of the information the missile has obtained, it is not sure just where it is. However, it is sure where it isn't, within reason, and it knows where it was. It now subtracts where it should be from where it wasn't, or vice versa. And by differentiating this from the algebraic sum of where it shouldn't be and where it was, it is able to obtain the deviation and its variation, which is called error. The missile system, in its quest to correct the error, now introduces a new factor into the equation, the place where it should be. This is a hypothetical position that is derived from the ideal trajectory of the missile. The missile now knows where it is, where it isn't, where it was, and where it should be. The difference between where it should be and where it isn't represents a new deviation. This deviation, if left uncorrected, could lead to the missile not being where it should be in the future. Therefore, the guidance subsystem takes this deviation and generates new corrective commands. These commands are designed to minimize the difference between where the missile is and where it should be. As these commands are executed, the missile moves from a position where it is to a position closer to where it should be. Now, the missile is in a position that it wasn't before. This new position is closer to the position of where it should be, and further from where it wasn't. The process continues iteratively, with the guidance subsystem constantly making adjustments to ensure that the missile is always moving towards the position of where it should be. In this way, the missile's guidance system ensures that even if the missile isn't where it should be, it's always moving towards it. And eventually, if all goes according to plan, the missile will be exactly where it should be, which was not where it was or wasn't before, but is now exactly where it isn't not. In the grand scheme of things, the missile's journey is a dance between is and isn't. The missile, in its relentless pursuit of should be, constantly recalibrates its understanding of is, isn't, was, and wasn't. This dance is not a simple two-step, but a complex ballet of computations and corrections. As the missile continues on its path, it constantly reassesses its position. It takes into account where it is now, where it was a moment ago, where it isn't, and most importantly, where it should be. This constant reassessment allows the missile to make minute adjustments to its trajectory, ensuring that it is always moving closer to where it should be. But the dance does not end there. The missile also has to consider where it will be. This future position is an extrapolation based on its current trajectory and speed. By comparing this future will-be position with the desired should-be position, the missile can anticipate necessary adjustments before they become critical. In essence, the missile exists in a state of constant flux between is, isn't, was, wasn't, should be, and will be. It's a testament to the marvels of modern technology that such a complex dance can be performed at such high speeds and with such precision. And so the dance continues until the missile arrives at its destination. At this point, the missile finally is where it should be. And in that moment, all the isn'ts, wases, and wasn'ts fade away, leaving only the satisfaction of a mission accomplished. But even then, in the grand ballet of missile guidance, the dance never truly ends. For every destination reached is but the starting point for the next journey.